Swings at that one. That's going to likely be a bloop single. It does get down. And Beck 3 for 3 in his all-star game.
Welcome to episode 288 of Alberta Dugout Stories, the podcast. I'm Joe McFarland. Have yourself a day. Carter Beck, the Saskatoon Berries slugger, was the star of the show at the Western Canadian Baseball League's Home Run Derby and All-Star Game at Seaman Stadium in Okotoks on Saturday. The native of Carnduff, Saskatchewan, who was a guest back on episode 269 of the show, started things off by hitting 11 home runs in the first round of the Derby on his way to finishing second to Fort McMurray Giants star Peyton McDowall. He'd then pick up 3 hits in the All-Star Game to help the East beat the West 13-6, and he would lay claim to the Most Valuable Player award. It was a sweltering hot midsummer classic in Okotoks with a temperature between 33 and 34 degrees, but the crowd of 6,064 seemed prepared with sunscreen, umbrellas, drinks, and whatever else they could do to keep cool while they were treated to a great day of baseball. Now, this episode is going to be completely devoted to the day, and we will have a couple of more episodes planned for this week to get caught up on all that's been happening over the last couple of weeks. We will start with the star of the All-Star Game, Carter Beck, who's coming off a stellar season with the University of Mary, where he collected his conference's Freshman of the Year award. With the Berries, he's been a driving force with a .389 average, 10 homers, 35 RBI, and 16 stolen bases in 41 games. The All-Star Game MVP accolades were another cherry on top.
Tell me a bit about today. What was it like overall?
It was good. I mean, I was a little nervous for the home run derby. Got that going, and the first round went really good. It was about as I was hoping. And then I didn't realize how tired I was going to be for round 2, and found that out in a hurry in round 2. But it was a lot of fun still. And then got to the All-Star Game and just tried to do what I do and keep it simple, and things seemed to work out today. So it was a heck of a lot of fun.
Sorry to interrupt there. We hear a lot about how tiring that derby is. But then the All-Star Game happens and you collect 3 hits, 2 RBI. Did it just warm you up a bit? Or?
I don't know. I guess so, maybe a little bit. But no, I don't know. The bat was feeling heavy, but it somehow still managed to get the job done. And it was good.
Tell me about the game itself and what you saw. Like, you guys got out to a pretty early lead, protected it, and then we got a little area.
But it was good. We had a lot of good players on our team, and everybody played well. I mean, I think we had 20 hits today. Yeah. Everybody hit the ball, and it was good to see the Ciesielski guys beat the West too.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to ask you about that too. How does it feel? Because the West has won the last 2 years. I know it's your first year in the league, but it's kind of nice to get that. You still want to win.
Yeah, for sure. Like, West is always like the kind of the premier side of the league or whatever. So it's really good to kind of beat them.
You guys seem to have an aggressive mindset today. You did a lot of hit and runs, stealing a lot. So is that kind of the mindset that you guys had today?
I mean, I think we just all were going out to play, and the way everybody plays over here is just run and hit as much as you can and play aggressive. Yeah.
So, just kind of being part of like a big showcase like this, like I said, probably first All-Star game.
Yeah.
Not a lot of guys get a chance like this, so yeah. Well, I guess what do you think you'll remember about a day like this? Years down the road.
I'll probably mostly just remember the guys and how the game went and having fun in the dugout, and then I'll obviously remember the home run derby. But one shy might haunt me a little bit for a while, but it'll be all right.
Yeah. Awesome.
My kids will kill me if I don't ask you about your walk-up song from the Lorax. Give us a rundown on that. Where did that come from?
I just always like to keep my walk-up songs kind of light and fun, and I seen that one and thought with the new team, it seems pretty fun, and people will be into it, so that's kind of what I went with. And
it seems like the crowd gets into it.
The crowd loves it, so it's good. It's good.
And just want to ask you, the Berries have never played in Okotoks, right? So
no.
This is the first kind of impression you're leaving in Okotoks. So yeah, how's that for you to kind of put a Saskatoon imprint here for the first time?
It's really good. I mean, it shows. I think we've showed it, but as a first-year team, we're not just a rollover. We're here to play, and all of us guys went out and played pretty well today. So it shows that we can compete with everybody in the league. So it's good.
As mentioned, Peyton McDowall of the Fort McMurray Giants was the SR Bats Home Run Derby champion, beating Beck 7-6 in the final. The Texas product and University of Science Arts Oklahoma infielder is hitting .379 with 5 homers and 22 RBI in 22 games this season for the Giants. And as we found out, it was an emotional win for McDowall.
So how's the energy after all those rounds? What was that like for you to go through?
It was amazing. I was definitely gassed from swinging, but the crowd and my buddies just hyped me up so much.
What was your approach?
Swing hard.
How tiring is that?
it's pretty tiring, especially with the adrenaline of the first 30 seconds of the first round, because you're just thinking, I gotta go. So you gotta calm down a little bit somehow.
We saw some sudden death in that one round. Were you happy to avoid the extra hacks?
Yep, I definitely was, and I think it helped me too, because it just gassed the other guys out.
Yeah, and who was throwing to you? We just talked about it, but...
Oh, that's Gage Nennis. That's my college teammate and my Fort Mac teammate, and we hit together all the time, so it's just natural.
Can you tell us a little bit about your grandmother?
My granny, she lived in Oregon. She was a retired police officer, and the past couple years have been kind of tough. She was on oxygen, but she was a great woman. She loved horses, and I recently went to the horse show at Stampede, and I teared up a little bit, and I was getting a little teary-eyed at the end there, because I realized, man, she couldn't see it, but I know she's looking down from heaven.
What was her first name? Sorry, I know.
Virginia.
Virginia. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
What does it mean to you to just be able to honor her in this way?
It's probably the best thing I could do. We lived so far apart. She lived in Oregon, and I lived in Texas, and so we never got a lot of time. But it's probably the best thing I could do for her.
How much do you think you'll appreciate this day, years down the road, having this opportunity?
I'll always remember this one.
Great performance out there in the heat. You really did a great job. Your family will be proud.
Thank you.
Do you have any other family came up or anything, or were they able to make it? Or?
My uncle works cows down the road in Airdrie, Alberta.
Oh, really?
He's right over there.
Yeah.
Great guy. He was here cheering me on. That's
You had a chance to high five him yet, or
I'm gonna go tackle him here in a second.
Yeah.
Before, during, and after the game, myself and Ian Wilson also went around chatting with a few of the players taking part in the festivities. So we have a ton of interviews to get to, and we'll start pre-game where Sylvan Lake Gulls star Cooper Ciesielski has been a Triple Crown force all season. He's hitting .386 with 12 homers and 45 RBI in 36 games, also putting in a good showing during the Home Run Derby. Ian chatted with the Colorado native and University of Texas Permian Basin sophomore before things got going.
Cooper, congratulations on being named a West Division All-Star. Tell me how you found out and what your reaction was.
Yeah, so my coach actually told me about 2 weeks ago, right before a game, like 30 minutes before, and I was just stoked and very excited, so looking forward to it. It's going to be a cool experience.
Awesome. Tell me about, this is your first year in WCBL, I believe. Tell me about just the experience so far.
Yeah, this is my first year in the league. I love it. Very competitive and just very welcoming league.
How did you end up going from Colorado to Sylvan Lake? What was your recruitment path there?
Yeah, so I went to school in Texas, University of Texas Permian Basin, and my head coach there, he had connections with the head coach for Sylvan Lake, so that's how I got involved.
Special week around the Gulls. You had a couple of teammates who were drafted in the MLB draft, including Owen Pote, son of Okotoks Dawgs coach Lou Pote, and Nathan Llewellyn as well went in the third round. Tell me about just being around for that and what it was like being around, seeing those guys get drafted.
Yeah, no, it's great to be around. Love seeing it and look forward to seeing them play along the road. So cool experience for them.
Awesome. A few fun ones for you. Favorite ballpark food?
Food?
Yeah.
I'm going hot dogs.
All right. What do you put on that hot dog?
Ketchup, mustard, and relish.
All right. Finally, some mustard. I'm a big mustard guy myself. But my favorite MLB team?
The Rockies. Colorado Rockies.
Good stuff. Favorite MLB player?
Charlie Blackmon.
Yeah.
Rockies player.
Nice.
Outfielder.
Awesome. Have you been to a lot of games out there?
A decent amount growing up.
Yeah.
And just followed Charlie Blackmon when he was in the minors too for the Sky Sox. So
yeah. Best bit of baseball advice you've received along the way?
Just play your heart out, have fun.
Yeah, awesome. And then talk to me a little bit about just any expectations for today or goals for being in the All-Star game today.
Just enjoy the moment. It's a great chance to be out here and once in a lifetime, so very excited to be here.
Did you set any goals for yourself in terms of this season coming into it, or is it just kind of come up here, see what it's like, and have fun?
Yeah, just pretty much come out here, see what it's like, have fun, as well as just like work on some small things I could improve on that needs adjusted.
To this point of the season, have you used more sunscreen or bug spray?
bug spray for sure.
Yeah. Which market has been the worst for that?
I'd say Swift Current was bad. That was really bad out there.
All right. And last question for you. Thanks for making time for us today as well. What does the game of baseball mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot. I got introduced at a very young age, and it's just a blessing to play the game I love.
Another player who put in a solid showing during the Derby was Regina Red Sox outfielder Jackson Syring. The Kansas product and Southwestern Oklahoma junior was enjoying every minute of the All-Star festivities and is having a stellar season to boot with a .409 batting average, 7 homers, and 41 RBI in 41 games.
Jackson, first of all, congratulations on being named an East Division All-Star at the Western Canadian Baseball League All-Star Game. When did you find out, and what was your reaction when you did find out?
Our coaches told us probably 2 weeks ago. They said, hey, we're picking these guys, and I was excited for it, being up here first time in the league, being an all-star for the first time here, so it's pretty fun.
Yeah. Where is home for you?
Wichita, Kansas. Originally from Derby. I say Wichita so everybody can pick it out on a map. Derby's harder to pick out.
Yeah. And tell us your recruitment story. How did you end up in Regina this summer?
Yeah, so I play at Southwestern Oklahoma State at D2. It's in the Great American Conference in Oklahoma. One of our pitching coaches, our head pitching coach, actually played here 4, 5, 6 years ago and knew Rye, our head coach, and set it up pretty nice, got me in here, and signed in January, so I was pretty late, but they got me in.
Nice. And if memory serves, you're a football guy too. You played football at a pretty high level. Tell me about making that choice, or are you still playing football, or did you switch to baseball?
So last year, not this last season, but the year before, I played Division II football for SWASU. I kicked for them, and then I never played a real game for Butler, but I was on the sideline a couple times for them in junior college as well. Yeah. But I mean, ultimately, baseball takes up most of my time, so I kind of threw that to the side and just started focusing on baseball.
Where does the love of baseball come from for you? What got you into the sport?
Being 3 years old, my parents would take me out to the fields, near our house, and they would soft toss me balls, 3, 4, 5, started playing t-ball, machine pitch. I mean, just haven't stopped since I was a young kid.
Talk to me about the Western Canadian Baseball League, your time with the Regina Red Sox. The numbers are great. Yeah. You're batting well over 400. You're seeing the ball well, hitting the ball well. What have you seen from this league so far?
The league's great. I mean, just being in the dugout or the locker room with the other All-Stars, I mean, the guys on the other teams are awesome. I mean, they're a lot like us. We all play college ball. But the competition's been great. The people in the stands, what would you call that? What is that? The aura or the aura, whatever it's called, around the stadium's just great.
The buzz?
Yeah, the buzz, yeah. And, I mean, when fans come out to the games, 2,000 people, I mean, it's fun. So I've liked my time up here.
Have you played in Okotoks yet this season or no?
No, this is the first time.
Right. You're going to get about 6,000 people here tonight.
There we go.
Have you played in front of crowds like that before? Or?
A couple times here and there. A couple All-Star games in Kansas. So I've been here and there seeing that many people around. So.
Nice. So the All-Star game experience, you've had some experience with that. What do you expect of today?
I mean, I expect good competition. It's the best of the best from this league, so I expect the arms to be good, defense be good, hitters be good. It'll be a fun night.
Nice. And then just a few fun ones for you. Favorite ballpark food?
Favorite ballpark food? Ooh, that's a tough one. I'll probably go with the Dodger dog.
Okay.
Yeah, with a bunch of toppings on it.
Nice. What's is the Dodger dog one in Regina, or are you talking like the actual?
Oh, the actual Dodger dog.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. And then favorite baseball movie?
Sandlot.
Oh yeah,
hands down. Choice. Maybe Bad News Bears. I'm an old head, so Sandlot or the Bad News Bears.
Original Bad News Bears.
Original.
Original. Old school.
Original.
Yeah, I love it. Favorite MLB team?
Cubs. Chicago Cubs.
Good choice. Favorite MLB player?
Dansby Swanson, without a doubt.
Nice.
He's the
dude.
Swagger. Yeah, he's the swag.
Yeah.
It's the franchise in Chicago.
Yeah. To this point of the season, have you used more sunscreen or bug spray?
Bug spray. The mosquitoes are crazy. I mean, I thought we had bad mosquitoes in Kansas, but I mean, it's like the state insect out here. It has to be.
Yeah. Which ballpark has been the worst for swatting bugs away?
Oh, Swift Current, without a doubt.
Yeah?
Swift is horrible. I hate playing there. One, because they're pretty good, and two, the bugs are terrible.
Yeah. Awesome. Last question for you, and thank you for making time for me today.
Yeah.
What does the game of baseball mean to you?
Means a lot, man. I mean, it's been a part of my life from, like I said, 3 years old, and now I'm 24. I mean, after it's done, I'm going to have my hand in some type of baseball because I'm going to feel lost. I mean, it's got me through college. It's got me through high school. So it's kind of made me the person I am today, meeting everybody else. So, yeah, it means a lot. That was a pretty deep question. It got me thinking a little bit. I appreciate it.
You know, trying to hit you with the fun stuff and make you think a little, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of the Red Sox, another player enjoying his time was ace Colton Anderson, who's been a big reason his team sits atop the East Division right now. The Oklahoma product and Rogers State senior is 4-1 with a 2.70 ERA in 8 games, striking out 54 in just 40 innings of work.
Colton, let's start with your origin story in baseball. How'd you get into the sport?
Yeah, I started when I was like 5 in T-ball. I mean, just played it from then on.
And any other sports along the way, or did baseball kind of just capture your heart early?
I played baseball throughout my whole life, but I wrestled, I played basketball, I played football, and that's about it.
Where's home for you?
Verdigris, Oklahoma.
Okay. And how do you get from Oklahoma to Regina, Saskatchewan? What was the connection there?
Well, I know a friend that plays for Okotoks, and then I knew about the league already, and then my coach got asked by my coach at Regina if he had a pitcher for him. And then I was like, yeah, I'll come out here. I've never been to Canada.
Who's the friend on Okotoks?
Quinn Toshnick.
Okay. Yeah, nice. Okay. And then, you got some intel from him about the league before you came up?
Yeah. I signed, and then the day after he was telling me about it all, and I was like, I already signed, buddy.
Yeah. Tell me about your experience so far. Is this first year WCBL? And
yep. Yeah. This is my first year. It's been amazing so far. It's really cool. Competition is fun. The parks are a lot nicer than I thought they would be, and overall, it's just a great experience. Yeah. Like being in Canada for the first time. Canada's super cool.
Any super Canadian moments that you had? You're like, what? I'm not in the U.S. anymore.
Actually, whenever I first talked to my coach on the phone, I couldn't understand him half the time. But no, the all-dressed chips, I love those things now. The ketchup chips. And then, what else was there? Really Canadian moments? I don't think there has been so far that I've been like,
Tim Hortons double-double?
Oh, Tim Hortons has been. Tim Hortons is super good, though. I will give you that.
Yeah, awesome. And then just talk to me about some of the competition you've seen so far. You're having a great year pitching, by the way, and congratulations on that. What's it been like just on the field and the competitive level?
I mean, it's been good. They're good hitters. Like anywhere you go, you'll find good hitters somewhere. And so far, every team we've went against has been good competition. And some of them keep it out of the air, and then it's hard to try to pitch around that, especially whenever you know some of the guys from like your league or back in college. It's hard because you know them and you know what they're going to hit. And you know what they did in college. So it's definitely a little harder.
Did you come in with specific goals? I know summer ball, it's a different beast, right? You might come in, you might have innings caps or pitch counts, like pitch limits rather. How about you when you entered the season where you're like, this is what I'm going for?
For the past 3 summers, every time I go into a summer, I like to gain weight. Yeah. Because I'm 6'3", I shouldn't be 170 pounds. So I've been trying to gain weight for 2 years now. So every summer I really push that. And then, I mean, obviously to win, I like to win. Yeah. Nobody likes to lose. Yeah. But no, I just wanted to come out here and make sure I'm throwing, staying on track, and getting stronger and bigger.
You're in Regina. You've been doing a lot of winning this summer, so that's good.
Yeah,
give us the scouting report on you as a pitcher.
I have a changeup that I'll throw a majority of the time, and then I have a fastball that can be fast. And then every once in a while you'll see the curveball and maybe a cutter. Yeah. Or a slutter. I don't know. It does what it wants.
Okay. That sounds like a dangerous pitch to me, but
well, sometimes it's right over the middle.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna do some fun ones now. Favorite ballpark food?
Favorite ballpark food? You got to go a hot dog.
Yeah.
Got to go a hot dog.
What are you putting on that thing?
Ketchup.
All right, just ketchup.
Only ketchup.
All right.
You put relish on it, you're weird.
We did have a relish user earlier today. So, favorite MLB team?
The Nationals.
Okay. You don't hear that one a lot up here. We get a lot of Blue Jays, but yeah. Favorite MLB player?
Zach Gallen.
Nice choice. Okay.
I got to see him last year, so
nice.
It was a huge thing for me. That was my first stadium I went to in Arizona.
Nice. Favorite bit of advice that you've received along the way that just kind of stuck with you?
Don't quit.
Yeah.
If you go long enough, eventually you'll make it.
Yeah.
That's what I like to think about. Yeah. Like if you just don't quit, eventually you'll make it.
Yeah. What have you used more of this summer, bug spray or sunscreen?
Oh, I haven't used any sunscreen, so bug spray.
Yeah.
I haven't had to use. The bugs have been bad.
Yeah.
I didn't think they would be that bad.
Worst spot in the league so far for bugs?
Oh, Swift was kind of bad. Weyburn is kind of bad too because they're on that horse track or like right next to it, so you do get some mosquitoes from there.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go Swift right now.
All right. Last question for you, and thank you for your time today, by the way. What does the game of baseball mean to you?
Oh, it means everything. I hope to do it for the rest of my life in some capacity.
Yeah.
But I don't see myself doing anything else in my life, to be honest.
It shouldn't come as a surprise that Weyburn Beavers utility man Ian Heck got to do things a little differently during the All-Star game. The California native and York University senior was named the East's starting pitcher, then came back into the game as a pinch hitter and ended up with a triple. So Ian caught up with him pre-game, then had to check back in with him for a two-part interview, which helps us segue to our post-game interviews.
Ian, congratulations on being named an All-Star. Just tell me, first of all, how you found out you were East Division All-Star.
We were coming to the end of one of our road trips, and Coach Cam came up to me and asked if I would like to do a home run derby, and then followed it. He's like, congratulations, you're going to be an All-Star. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty sick to be here.
Tell me about being recognized in that way. Is that have you had an honor like that in your career thus far?
This is my first time playing in Summer League where we have like All-Stars or stuff like this, but at school I've gotten conference awards, but this one's definitely a little special.
You have the added bonus of being named the opening day, or not the opening day, the All-Star game starting pitcher for today. Tell me how you found out about that and what that means to you.
It was actually last night. We finished our game at Medicine Hat, and we're sitting in the locker room, and Cam comes in, debriefs the team, and then said he had some good news and that he talked to the other coaches and I was going to be the starter, so that's pretty cool.
Awesome. Just tell me about your experience in the WCBL thus far. I believe this is your first season in the league. Mm-hmm. What have you seen so far and what's it been like?
It's great competition. I've been to a lot of cool places. Amazing fan bases. People out here love supporting their teams. Just lots of good baseball. Guys from all over the world, really competitive, and it's definitely a really good time out here.
Talk to me a little bit about your origin story. Where are you from? How did you end up being recruited into the league? Give us some of the Coles notes there.
So I'm from Sacramento, California. I go to school at York University. It's an NAI in Nebraska. And one of my teammates on the Beavers is from Saskatchewan and played for the Beavers the past 2 years. And one night he was jokingly talking about getting some of our York guys up to Weyburn to play. And I was like, that sounds pretty cool. So I took him up on it and got in contact with Cam, and then now I'm here.
Awesome, pretty easy. And now you're a two-way guy as well. Walk me through the mindset of that. I always think that there's a bit of an adjustment on days when you're hitting and days when you're pitching. How difficult is it juggling that?
It can get pretty difficult. I think doing both helps me not focus too much on either or stress too much about it. Knowing that I can go out there and contribute many different ways to the team, it helps me de-stress in some situations. It makes it a lot easier.
Does it feel like you're more into the game on both sides? Because I feel like you'd have to pay attention a lot more to both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I definitely gotta. It just depends on what I'm doing for that day. If I'm doing both, I really got to pay attention to other teams' hitters, what their pitcher's doing, and kind of like flip a switch in my mind when it's time to hit or when I have to go pitch.
A few fun ones for you. Favorite ballpark food?
Probably hot dog.
All right. What's on that hot dog?
I'm going ketchup and relish.
All right. Favorite MLB team?
San Francisco Giants.
All right. Favorite MLB player?
Bobby Wood Jr.
Oh, good choice. Yeah. Favorite baseball movie?
I have to go Benchwarmers.
Okay, good choice. To this point of the season, have you used more bug spray or sunscreen?
Definitely bug spray.
Yeah.
Definitely bug spray.
And what's the worst spot in the league that you've encountered, or worst evening of bug and mosquito activity?
It was definitely last night at Medicine Hat. It was a brutal one.
The history of some of the bugs down there goes back, believe me, like 25. I grew up there, so I'm familiar with it. All right, last question for you, and thank you for your time today. What does the game of baseball mean to you?
It's It's everything I love. I grew up playing it. It's all I've ever wanted to do, and it's something that just keeps me going, keeps me happy.
Ian, I talked to you this afternoon. You go from being in the home run derby, starting pitcher, end the game with a triple that looked like it might end up being a homer. We'll make this quick because the fireworks are going. Just give me a quick rundown on your day and you just touched all the bases of this event.
It was a super fun day. I mean, the experience is like no other, and definitely just trying to take advantage of the moment and doing anything I can and have the most fun and most success that I can.
I only saw the triple at the end. Did you have other at-bats?
No. I actually didn't think I was going to get an at-bat today because I was supposed to be here as just a pitcher. Yeah. But I got told I was going to get one, and then I guess that happened.
How did it feel? How did it feel just being the starting pitcher, that kind of moment?
It felt really cool, especially running out to the mound. And I've never played in front of a crowd this big, so seeing everybody in attendance and then realizing the moment that I was in is definitely a special thing.
After the game was over, I took over the microphone and grabbed a trio of players for interviews, starting with the victors from the East Division. One with a giant smile on his face was Moose Jaw Miller Express infielder Nathan Houston. The Melville product, an Arizona Western College freshman, was the focus of one of the first stories we ever published on Saskatchewan Dugout Stories, so he was happy to catch up on things after hitting .373 with 2 homers and 28 RBI in 41 games for the Miller Express, which got him into the Midsummer Classic. Nathan, first off, congrats on the win. Talk about the All-Star Game experience through your eyes.
It was unbelievable, honestly. I mean, it was a super fun day. I mean, just to share this moment with all the other guys in the league is pretty cool and something I'll remember forever.
When you got that call saying, hey, you're going to be going to the game, what went through your mind?
Not much. It was after BP, our head coach, Eric, told me. He let me know that I was going. And I just called my parents and told them it's pretty surreal, like growing up in Melville and having the Melville Mills and then watching them play and then growing up and actually living it out is kind of cool.
Talk a little bit about your preparation, your mindset going into this thing. Did you have to kind of remind yourself, hey, I got to enjoy this and take in a moment, or are you naturally kind of born that way to, soak in those moments when you get them?
Have fun. That was all it was, really. I mean, I think sometimes I can take it so serious, the game of baseball, especially in Moose Jaw and stuff and in college, but this moment was just take it all in and have as much fun as possible.
Did it live up to the expectations that you built up in your head?
Yeah, it exceeded expectations by far, no question.
Fantastic. Talk a little bit about the season so far. How are you feeling about your performance to this point?
Yeah, it's been kind of up and down with our team, but I think we got some more guys that came in before the deadline to get players, so I think those additions will help, and I think we're going to click as a team, and come playoff time, we're going to be a really good team.
This is a team that came within a win of winning the 2022 championship. What do you got to do to get back to that and also to win it and take it home to Moose Jaw?
Just compete, play with heart. Like, it's some of these guys' last seasons as baseball players, so it's play for them and give it all we got and see where we end up.
What's it meant to you to be able to represent the home province in not just an all-star game, but just being a part of the Moose Jaw Miller Express?
Yeah, it's been really cool. Just like I said, growing up in Melville, it's been a dream of mine I've had for a long time. So I think just to be able to put on a Saskatchewan team's jersey is pretty cool.
Last one, this has to do with the All-Star game. What's it meant to you to be named a WCBL All-Star?
It means a lot, obviously. I mean, it's cool to be named. It's cool to be recognized like this by everyone and share this moment with all the guys. So it's really good.
Fantastic stuff. Well, congratulations on the win. Congrats on all the success and all the best going forward here.
Thank you.
Then I headed over to the West Division side where I found Brooks Bombers infielder Antony Gilbert. He's hitting .406 with 10 homers and 40 RBI in 31 games this season. The Quebec City native and Bellevue University junior was also sporting a GoPro every chance he got. Antony, first off, getting a chance to be a WCBL All-Star, what's that experience been like for you and what's it meant to you?
Well, it meant a lot because I haven't been playing this season, so I came here to play, and I guess I made the All-Star team, and that's just making me proud of myself and all the hard work I put in. But experience-wise, that was one of the best baseball-wise experience I've had as a player. all the guys here came here to have fun and be nice to each other and just enjoy the experience, the fireworks, the home run derby. Everything was just perfect.
Talk a little bit about the GoPro. I was giving you a little bit of jazz about. Was that pre-planned, or was that something you're like, I'm all in on savoring the moment?
Well, here's how it went. I just saw Devin right here grab the GoPro, and I was like, oh, let me try something real quick, because it's on the tripod that we can mold. So I just tried to put it in on my hat and stuff and try to fix it, and I was like, oh, that might work. So I just ended up putting it on my head and just filming the home run derby to get to the fans like a kind of point of view of a player and stuff. So I just thought that it'd be a cool stuff for fans to look at.
I can't wait to see the video of that, because I'm sure you got some pretty interesting exchanges with fellow players. Looking at the season so far, how happy are you with your performance to this point?
Well, I try not to look at that stuff, but obviously from mouth to ear, you end up hearing about stuff. But honestly, I've just been trying to have fun out there, because I figured it might be one of my last baseball seasons ever. I'm just going out there trying to have the most fun I can have and just play.
Final question for you, and then we'll let you get to signing some more autographs here. What's it mean to you to be a WCBL All-Star?
Well, it warms my heart, of course. It feels good, It's just having a year off and then coming off to play and be an All-Star after a year off. It feels good, and it makes me want to play more,
Absolutely. Well, congrats on all the success. Congrats on being an All-Star, and all the best in the second half here, Antony.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And finally, it's been a while since we last chatted with Tucker Zdunich of the Okotoks Dawgs. He's been outstanding with Reinhardt University the last few years, and the Dawgs Academy alum is happy to be closer to home this summer. He's hitting .286 with 4 homers and 26 RBI in just 29 games. He was also one of the last players to leave the Seaman Stadium field, making sure he could sign as many autographs as were requested. Tucker, glad to have you back. First off, how is it being back in Okotoks after a year or so away?
It's awesome. Lou asked me back at Christmas, and I was really excited to be coming back to the hometown, so it's been nothing but fun.
Talk a little bit about that ability to get back in front of the hometown crowd again, not just for the regular season, but also an all-star game like this and get the start.
Yeah, it's pretty special. It's cool seeing the community come together like this and pack the whole house, and, getting to play in this game too, lots of talented players is a lot of fun.
Is it what you remembered from 2022 versus 2024? Because I was talking to Brendan Luther earlier, and he said the talent level in the last 3 years has just shot through the roof. Is that something you're noticing too?
Yeah, I'd agree on that. Pretty similar though. The league's always been really strong, and it's kind of the same environment. I was watching it the last time I was here, but now to play in it, it's a really good feeling. And yeah, talent's through the roof. Both sides. I thought for sure that we were going to win tonight, and East came out and give us all they had. So,
absolutely. You had a great year at Reinhardt again. How would you grade your performance down south?
I was really happy with it. I think that was the best season that I had in my college career, and I'd grade it 9 out of 10. I'd say. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a good way to end the college career for sure.
Absolutely. When you look to this summer, how are you happy with your performance so far in the WCBL?
I started out really strong, and I was consistent there for a while, and then I kind of hit a little bit of a stump for a little bit, but just getting back into the things now. I've been feeling good the last few games, and just finish strong the rest of the summer and take it into the playoffs. So.
Is there any pressure in that dugout to make sure you come away with a three-peat this year? Or are you guys feeling pretty confident and pretty loose still?
I'd say we're pretty confident and loose. It's been a really strong year, and it's just another good group of guys. We got our core guys with Luther and Lombard and Krausen and Kroll. But no pressure. We've been playoff performers, and we know when it comes down to it, we're going to make it happen. So.
Absolutely. Final question for you. What's it mean to you to be a WCBL All-Star?
It means a lot. Work really hard at what I do, and it's nice to get repaid a little bit for it. So,
absolutely. Well, congratulations on the All-Star nod. Congrats on the season, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Really appreciate it.
Big thanks to all of our guests, Carter Beck, Peyton McDowall, Cooper Ciesielski, Jackson Syring, Colton Anderson, Ian Heck, Nathan Houston, Antony Gilbert, and Tucker Zdunich for joining us for this special edition of the show. Congratulations again to the Okotoks Dawgs on hosting another outstanding event, and a big thanks to the Dawgs and the WCBL for their hospitality. There are far too many people to congratulate and thank individually for putting on an event like that, but it was outstanding to say the very least. And thanks to all of you for downloading and listening. As mentioned, we are planning to bring you a couple more episodes in the coming days before we get back to our regular Thursday schedule. We had numerous guests on the All-Star Game broadcast that we want to bring you in podcast form, including League President Kevin Kavami to talk about the state of the league and some of the big storylines. And Alberta and the WCBL had a major impact on the recent MLB draft, so we will have a few of those selected join us for another episode. Make sure to hit subscribe, as this will be a can't miss kind of week. As always, a tip of the cap to our platinum supporters, the Western Canadian Baseball League, the Okotoks Dawgs, and Under the Lights Sports and Entertainment for all they do for us and for baseball in Alberta. For more on our tremendous partners, head to albertadugoutstories.com/supporters. Until next time, thank you for all of your support online, on social, and on air of Alberta Dugout Stories.